Hey guys, I said I would not produce any more videos for a while because I had some personal things I had to deal with, and that is true, but this one really pisses me off. So I just heard from somebody who was forced to register, and he is very upset because he had encountered this YouTube video with this guy who is one of these Pred Hunter guys who dressed up as a baby and went door to door only to the RSOs in his area and mocked them and taunted them silently and not so silently, having their families enter the door and their children or their relatives of various sorts, their grandparents. And you know, when you engage with these people as I have, each of them always says it's about the children. That's their first lie. Oh, we're fighting against you because it's the children. And remember, I got in trouble a few weeks ago, well, a couple weeks ago now, because I had the audacity to call them out on exactly what I'm saying now. That it's not about the children. It's about humiliating and harassing people. It's about owning them in some way, revenge tour in some way, when you don't even know all the issues at hand. You don't know why they're on the registry. You don't even know, despite the charge, which is not specific enough, you don't know exactly what they did. So here you are making an ass of yourself, trying to go after people because you have some high and mighty glory viewpoint. And by the way, if you call yourself a Christian, you're not, okay? I studied for a time to be a priest. I've studied ancient religions. There's no religion that says that this is an okay thing, okay? None, zero, none of them say that, literally none. So this idea that somehow you're doing God's work, also a lie. The idea that you're protecting real children by humiliating more people, well, folks, if that had worked, then they probably would have institutionalized it. But just like the war on drugs, which didn't work, this isn't going to work to do anything to improve what's happening with so-called sexual deviancy. And I say so-called because it's wrapped up with lots of other things that police deliberately wrap it up with to obscure what actually is happening. And by the way, I'm not at all saying, again, despite the fact that the trolls will take it out of context, I'm not saying that real children aren't seriously, psychically, physically, mentally, and emotionally damaged. I've never said that. I know better. I've encountered these children. I've been on the other end helping them get away with this, okay? Get away with the torment that they're suffering, okay? I know what this is like. But it galls me when somebody thinks that they're doing some kind of good work. And to prove my point, what did they do immediately? Streamed it on their site so that they could get their clicks, so that they can get their money, put it behind a paywall. So it's about money, it's about fame, it's about looking good, it's about piling on with the bandwagon approach, shaming someone just like a couple of these vigilantes are trying to do to me right now. And the final lie that they use is, oh, it's about the law. We're just trying to keep people in line so they don't reoffend. All right, so we're going to go after these people who haven't registered or re-registered, or we think they haven't. And remember, in places like South Florida, this is really easy. When you're homeless, you have to do it every week or something like that in some jurisdictions. And, you know, here you are trying to just survive, trying to keep vermin off your body, trying to keep from being too cold or too hot or too sick, and getting enough to eat and begging for scraps, okay? And then on top of that, you can be imprisoned again and have your liberty taken and your situation made far worse because some asshole because you forgot to register, because some asshole is coming after you. I mean, it really is extraordinary. It really is. All right, so I know what this is like. Most recently, I have this other idiot, Koopa High, who's been told maybe 5 or 6 times that the transcript doesn't say everything. He wants me to prove it. Well, one way you can prove is by looking in the transcript where I say that the judge refuses to allow chats that we have, that we obtained in discovery, that the police wanted to use, out of the record. He wanted to keep them out of the record. Why? Because there was no Verizon representative there to verify that they were Verizon texts, even though the word Verizon in the exact same font and style of the Verizon people appears on the top of all the chats. Of course, Koopa High never mentions that part. He never mentions I must be telling the truth because of that part. Okay? At some point, like I said, when I'm getting to the point right now where I'm talking about 3 different text strands in my case, and you know, I revealed a lot in my book that I wanted to wait till the book came out. Already I revealed a lot, but I would rather wait for the book to come out, but it just takes so long. And basically I'm writing the book for the record, so that when these folks get it, this is what when these folks buy it or read it or however they obtain it, they're going to be either nitpicking on this or that, distorting things, or like they very often do, remain silent when they're guilty as hell and they know it.